Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. So early this morning, God was putting it on my heart to make another video, obviously, and He said to tell my people I'm coming. That's what I kept hearing, right? And I was like, I really don't want to make this video. I really just I was feeling tired. I was just like, I feel like the enemy was attacking me to not get this video out. I was just like, you know what, I don't really want to do all this. But he kept laying it on my heart, so I was like, kept feeling like him being like, yeah, no, girl, you need to get this video out. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, like I was saying, that message, I kept hearing, tell my people I'm coming. So, this video might be like kind of all over the place because I have my notes right here, and like I said, the message is tell my people I'm coming, and I felt an urgency with that. And I know in one of my other videos that like I had a dream of him, coming back and stuff like that. So I feel like it's if I keep hearing this message, like there's a reason for that, especially if God's putting it on my heart to like make sure I'm posting this and like getting this message out. So I'm also going to be talking about fasting because as I was writing this down and praying about this message, I was like, so what all am I supposed to say? Like, tell my people I'm coming, but what other message do you have for this video, Lord? And he was telling me to talk about fasting, and I have I wrote down some benefits to fasting that I'm going to go over. But the first thing I want to say is it's important to be listening to God's voice in these last days. Always take heed to what he's saying to you and make sure you're always seeking his voice out. One thing I advise you to do if you can't hear from God is fasting. So I have like some benefits of fasting right here that I'm going to go over, because fasting for me has actually really helped my walk with God. And I can't remember why I started fasting. It was probably because I was feeling led to it by God. But I'm going to go over some benefits that has like with fasting that has helped me a lot, like with my relationship with God. So the first benefit would also be, well, would obviously be you hear God's voice much clearer. It clears out all the toxins in your body, which in return makes you hear God a lot more, which is really true. Because for me, like with my walk with God, especially when I first started, like first started, because I'm still kind of new to this walk with God, but like not where I was before. So when I first came to God, it was harder for me to hear the voice of God because I'd be like, but is it me just saying it like in my head, or is it actually God? Like, how do I know? And fasting for me has helped with that, because when I'm fasting, I'm able to like I just have that discernment. Like I know what voice is from God. I'm able to hear from him a lot more clearer, and I'm able to know what he wants from me a whole lot better when I'm fasting. So if you are struggling with hearing God's voice, I highly recommend fasting. It really does help. And the second thing is you're seeking him out. You're picking up your cross, which it says in Matthew 16-24, if anyone will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So yeah, so when you're fasting, obviously for God, you're in his will for your life. Like God calls us to fast. He didn't say in the Bible if you should fast. He says when you fast. So when you do fast, you're obviously for him. You're obviously like you're in his will for your life. You're playing out his will and his plan for you and for your life. And with me, like, it's just helped me a lot. Fasting has really, it's just had a lot of benefits. Like, I feel closer to God. It helps a lot. And that's what I was going to be talking about with the the third benefit. It says it increases your prayer life because you're in a constant communion with him. It's an intimate moment with God, but make sure you're fasting for the right reasons and not for the praises of men. Yeah, so um for me, like, fasting is a good thing, but make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, and you're not obviously you're not doing it for others to be like, oh yeah, I'm fasting, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know. Make sure it is an intimate moment with just you and God. Like, you know, when you're fasting, wash your face, like it says in the Bible, anoint your head with oil. And I've done that like once, but fasting in general is just good. Like you're in his will for your life. But mainly make sure you're doing it just for God. Make sure you're only fasting for God and your intentions are just for God. You're not fasting for the approval of men. You're not fasting for any other reason but God himself. So yeah, anoint your head with oil if you have to. You should. And, you know, wash your face like it says so it doesn't appear to men that you're fasting, and, you know, so it can be an intimate moment with just you and God, and just let that be a secret thing between you and him, because it generally is a beautiful thing. Obviously nobody wants to deny themselves. Obviously nobody, our flesh doesn't want to deny itself, and our flesh doesn't want to pick up its cross. Our flesh doesn't want to just stop eating, you know. It doesn't feel good, but it definitely builds your spirit up. It feels good to your spirit, and it helps you grow spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Like it helps in all ways. So yes, I definitely advise you, if you're struggling with faith, if you're struggling with not hearing from God, if you're struggling with just these things or not hearing from God, like I definitely advise you to fast if you're able to. I know not everybody is the same, you know, everybody's body is different. So if you know for a fact that like physically you can't fast from food, then you can fast from other things like social media. You can fast from like fast food. You can fast from like soda, candy, just things like that, you know. You know, disciplining yourself, you know. And it helps you. It helps a lot. Even if you can't do the food fast, any type of fast, if you're doing it for God, helps a lot with your spiritual growth. And the last thing I wanted to say before I end this video is, but of that day and hour, no one knows, but not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. Matthew 24-36. So yeah, that's what I felt like he was like wanting me to say, and to get off my chest, to and just make this video in general. So I really hope this helped you or gave you some type of knowledge on fasting. And if you're feeling called to fast, obviously I wouldn't say just jump headfirst into it. Make sure you pray about it. Take it up to God first to see if fasting is something that he generally wants you to do at this time, in this season. But yeah, make sure you're always taking everything to him, and make sure it's okay with him, and make sure you're in his will for your life, you know. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I really hope this helped you in some type of way, and until the next video, bye.